That's really fair too. How about you, Brooke? What are your thoughts on that?
I completely agree with you, Scott. I think often, just the other day, I saw something on Facebook or one of the social media sites where, we've talked about all this fake news and all this, and it was two pictures shot 90 minutes separate from each other at an SMU basketball game. And it said, just to give you perspective, these are both pictures before the SMU Cincinnati game. One was packed with people and one had nobody in it. They were both before the game. One was 90 minutes before the game. One was 3 minutes before the game. Mm-hmm. Now, from a journalist standpoint, that passes fact checking and all the other protocol that journalists have to go through to get their stuff published. But it's distorted in a way.
Absolutely. And you know what? Distorted's a good word, but there's another word that starts with the same letter called dishonest.
Dishonest, absolutely.
And that is my biggest problem. And I will say, I'm not going to say what stations I worked at or where it was, but I've seen people that I worked alongside that were journalists, quote unquote, and they swung it the way they wanted to swing it. And it was dishonest. And I said, you can't do that. You're supposed to tell the news. You're not supposed to taint it with your opinion. Now, if it's an editorial and you're making an editorial comment or making whatever you'd like to do and you say, this is an editorial comment of the station of so-and-so and so, that's fine. That's fine. But to take the news that I don't know and I'm counting on whatever station it might be, whether it was radio, whether it was television, whether it was print, I'm counting on those people to be honest, to tell me the facts, put the presentation there, and then let me decide what I want to decide, whether I think it's right, wrong, fair, unfair, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't happen nearly enough. They say that 90% of the media is liberal and has a tendency to maybe swing it a little one way or the other, and that concerns me immensely. Freedom of speech, everybody deserves it. That's why we live in this wonderful country. But let's be honest.
I was going to say freedom of speech is not distortion, dishonesty. It is not a lack of respect.
Well, it is.
I'm going to step aside, say, Calvin, hello, come on over here and sit down and jump in. Great to have you here, my friend. And I know you've got some great comments on this as well.
It is in that if someone is paid to offer or it is their job to offer an opinion, then that's fine. They can distort. They can advocate. I mean, Calvin and I both are advocates by profession. We're both attorneys. And we know that there are times where our client may be in a situation where the complete truth is not to our benefit, but we have to advocate. We have to show our position and yield nothing, or else we are not zealous advocates. So I have no objection to someone being a zealous advocate, but I also agree with Scott in that there are some reporters that don't simply report the facts as given.
And this is the way I see the world. You got Fox News, they're doing something. You got MSNBC and CNN. They're kind of to the left and Fox is over to the right. My concern has always been that there's not enough people in the middle. And when I go there, that's what I get concerned about the most.
I switch back and forth between the two and try to draw my own conclusions.
But at the same time, I got questions I want answered, and I don't care who's reporting it. I don't care if they pull somebody out of a crowd out of Timbuktu. If I see some things with Russia, if I see some people that have dealt with Russia that shouldn't be dealing with Russia at the time that they're dealing with them, put somebody in a position to ask that person a question so that I don't worry about it. I really don't care about the news, the fake news, or all of that other stuff. To be honest with you, I'm more concerned with this country, and we need to have the ultimate confidence in our president. We need to have the ultimate confidence that he is getting a fair chance to do what he needs to do, because people are hurting out here. And I don't care if we can go fake news and the reporters and Jake Tapper and Trump can't like each other, but I really don't really care about that, to be honest with you. People are hurting. They need jobs. People can't pay their bills. People need insurance. Some people are going to die if they don't get it. Those are the main concerns that I have. And if there are some concerns about somebody dealing with the country that they shouldn't, let's get the question answered so we can move on. But we have to figure this out. I don't care about the fake news part of it, to be honest with you. I want people to stop hurting, and I want somebody to do something about it.
But the fake news does play a role, because if it is hurting people, then it's an issue.
If it's inaccurately reporting quote unquote facts, I mean, it can hurt somebody.
But my concern is when I listen to Donald Trump, he can do whatever he wants to do. But there are times where they flatly ask him a question like, oh, well, did you do this to Obama? Did you do this to this person or that person? My concerns with him are that I'm looking on one thing, he's saying this, and another thing, he's saying another thing. And that's just my concern. I'm having trust issues with our own president, and those are the concerns that I have.
Brooke Williamson here with Trey and Calvin. Scott Murray just stepped out. He's being honored tonight. And tomorrow at the Davy O'Brien Awards, he's getting the Founders Award. It's really, really cool award for him, especially all he's done in the community, especially in the sports world. We will be right back after a short break. Call us. We're talking about liberal media. It's a hot topic right now. The number is 888-787-5543.